Hi guys, it's Jules here. Welcome back to my channel. And if you've not been before, well, welcome. And why not subscribe while you're here? So what we're here for today? Today we're going to do the second tutorial for my Miki Monkey Kit. Now all my kits are available in my Etsy shop or my Amazon shop. So if you want to have a go and crochet along, nip along and get yourself a kit and I'll see you back here. Anyway, this is Miki Monkey. Today we're going to do one in a different colour. We're going to do a brown and white one. And today we're going to do the muzzle, eyes, ears, tail and hair. So if you've got your pattern already, your pattern will have given you instructions and this is how far you should be by now. Okay, this is your basic body, your basic dolly body, okay, which is the body which incorporates the legs, 2 arms and the head. And then today, as I said, we're going to do the muzzle, eyes, ears and the tail. So we'll put him to one side for now and we'll bring in our yarn. So we've got our brown yarn and our white yarn. We've got our hook and we've got a little bit of contrast yarn to do with our row markers. So we're going to start off with the eyes. So row 1, it says 6 single crochets. Now I'm not going to bring the pattern in, I'm doing this on purpose because if I keep bringing the pattern in, the camera keeps doing this, trying to focus. So I'm leaving the pattern where it is. You've got your pattern so you can follow along with your pattern. So 6 single crochets into a magic circle and then place your row marker, and we're using the contrast colour. Now brown is the main colour, as you can see, brown is the main colour, white is your contrast colour. So we'll come in with the white to do the start with the eyes. Now it says here, using a magic circle, 6 single crochets into the magic circle and then place your own marker. You should be getting quite good at these magic circles by now, but if you're not, here's a quick update. So remember, wrap your tail around your little finger and that gives you your tension, and then bring your tail up over your first and second finger once and twice, hook under your first loop, over your second loop and pick up a loop, okay, and then you pick up your working yarn and take it through your loop, and that's your first chain stitch or your first locking stitch. And then what you do is you do 6 single crochets into your magic circle, and that's the first row of your eye. I do have all these little extra videos as part of my how to crochet playlist. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If you're not quite sure and you need a little bit more tuition, pop along and have a look at the how to crochet videos. Now then, placing your row marker. For your first row, you just wrap it around your needle like this, okay. And then second row is increasing each stitch around until you have 12 stitches. So you go under that little V there, look, and then both loops, you pick up your working yarn and pull a loop through, and then you've got 2 loops on your hook, and then you pick up your working yarn and that's your single crochet. So do 2 into each single crochet all the way around, and that's your 6 increases. So how is everybody? I don't know about you, but oh by God, it's cold in England, cold in the UK, and it's raining today. I hate it when it's cold, but I hate it even more when it's cold and raining too. So there's your 6, but I'm going to stop there because I know that we're going to change to the main colour in the last stitch. So remember how you do that. And again, as I've said before, it's like a broken record, isn't it? There is a how to crochet video showing you how to change your colour. So leave your 2 loops on there, chop your wool off, and then bring in your brown. Again, put your tension on. That's my automatically whenever I pick up a piece of yarn, my tension goes straight on. Okay, so round there, and then you hold on to both tails, look, and do the last part of that single crochet with your new colour. Now it's not changed the colour of that stitch, look, if you see there it's still white, but you're now ready to crochet the rest of the eye with your brown. And for the rest of the eye we've got single crochet by one and then increase, and that's in brackets, and you know what happens in brackets, don't you? Whatever's inside the brackets we have to repeat how many times it says outside the bracket. So it says 6 times here. So we're going to go single crochet and increase, and that's 1. Let's have a bit of yarn pulled out on there. Single crochet, 2, single crochet, 3. I'm not going to fast forward it with these because they're not very big things to do, are they? Single crochet, 4. Some of the other things, when I do a lot of repetitive crocheting, I do fast forward a little bit, but not for this one. I'll just gab along instead. So here's my last one. That's 6 single crochets, and you should have 18 stitches. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18. And to fasten off you do 1 slip stitch into the next stitch. So 1 slip stitch into the next stitch, 1 chain, leave a tail, cut the yarn away, and then pull your end through, and then that's our eye. So you need 2 of those, and as if by magic, here comes my second one. So we'll leave those for now. All we need to do now is put an eyeball on those, and we'll put the eyeball on that first row of single crochets that went into the magic circle, but we'll do that a little bit later. Okay, so there are the 2 eyes finished. Now next we're going to do a muzzle, and it says using contrast yarn. So again we bring in the white, and row 1, 6 chains. Now this is a little bit different. We're not working in the round to do this. We're going to start with chains like we did with the dolly's hat. Okay, so to do chains, to start off with chains, again put your tension on, get hold of your tail, and you make a slip knot. Okay, like that, a loop. Put your hook through it, and then a chain is where you pick up the yarn and pull it through, and that literally is a chain. And we're going to do 6 of those. 2 3 4 5 6, because if you envisage what we're trying to do, look, here's the 6 chains that we've just done. Down a bit, here are the 6 chains that we've just done, and we're going to go round and round and round like this to make his muzzle. So there are my 6 chains, and then 1 single crochet into second chain from hook, you into the back bobble. Now remember what the back bobble is. These are your back bobbles here, look, can you see them? These back bobbles here, look, that's your back loop, that's your front loop, and that's your back bobble. So we're going to go a single crochet into your second back bobble. So we'll ignore that one and go into that one. So through the back bobble, pick up your yarn. Oops, split it a bit. Start that again. That's the trouble with this thick yarn, you can soon split it. Make sure you pick all your yarn up. Pick up your yarn and finish the stitch, and we're going to do that 4 times. 1 2, goodness me, splitting this well, 3 4. And then we're going to do 3 single crochets into the last back bobble. 1, put your tail over and out the way, 2, 3. Then we're on the other side, look, and then what we're going to do is we're going to work 3 single crochets, and instead of using the back bobble this time, look, we're going to use both the front and the back loop. So we'll do 1, 2, 3, and then into the end one we're going to do 2 single crochets. So increase into the last stitch, and now you should have 12 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and this is where we're going to put the row marker in. I'll have a longer one. So remember, the first row marker just goes round your hook. So row number 2, increase in the next stitch. So we're increasing that stitch. 1, 2, and then we do single crochet by 3. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to increase in each of these next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then single crochet into the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and then increase into the last 2. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now count your stitches. You should have 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Now remember, if your tail's at the back, you bring it forward. Okay, so bring your tail forward. Row number 3, single crochet by 1. So you single crochet into the first stitch, and then you increase. Okay, increase, and then single crochet by 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, increase by 1, single crochet by 1 twice. So increase by 1, single crochet by 1, increase by 1, single crochet by 1, and then increase by 1, increase. So can you see the shape of the muzzle starting to appear? And then we do 4 single crochets, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then increase, single crochet, increase. Okay, and then if your yarn's at the front, you take it to the back. There we go, and you can see the running stitch appearing, look. And then rows 4 and 5, it's single crochet in each stitch around. So off you go, and single crochet in each stitch around for 2 rows, and I'll see you at the other end. here we are. 5 rows, 1 2 3 4 5. Now sometimes you might not be able to tell which is your first row, so if you're a little bit confused, just count the lot. So you've gone round both sides of the chain, so altogether you should have 10 rows. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. Okay, so to finish off, we finish off as normal. Do a slip stitch in the next stitch, single crochet, a chain, sorry, pull your yarn through. There you go. So that's the muzzle. So what have we got so far? We've got eyes and the muzzle. You can see him coming together now, look. So what's next? I think we need to do some ears. Okay, so ears, you make 2, and using the main colour, which is brown, we have 6 single crochets into a magic circle. So there we go, 6 single crochets into a magic circle. 1 2 3 4 5 6. Hold on to your stitches there, pull your tail and close your hole, but not too tight yet because you won't be able to get into your first stitch. Okay, put your tail behind, bring in your row marker, and then row 2 we want to increase 6 times into each stitch. So there's your first stitch there, look. So under that loop there, it's a bit tight, is that one? See, even I end up them a bit tight sometimes. So easy done. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12. Okay, if it's at the back you bring it forward. Row 3 single crochet by 1 and increase, and that's in brackets, and you do that 6 times. That's 1, increase, 2, increase, 3, increase, 4, increase, 5, increase, 6, increase. If your tail's at the front, what do? We take it to the back. And then row number 4 to 6, so we've got 3 rows single crochet in each stitch around. So you know what I'm going to say, don't you? You pause your video, get your 3 rows done, and I'll see you back here in a minute. And there we have it, 6 rows, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, yarn's at the back, so you bring it forward. And then finally row 7 single crochet by 1 and an invisible decrease, and that's in brackets, and you do that 6 times. So single crochet, remember how to do an invisible decrease? take the first loop of the single crochet, look, the first loop of the V, the second loop of the V, so you've got 2 loops, look, and you've got 3 altogether. Then you pick up your working yarn through the first 2 loops and then through the last 2, and that's an invisible decrease. So that's 1 decrease, 2 decrease, 3 decrease, 4 decrease, 5 decrease, 6 split that one, decrease. Okay, and then finally, to finish off the normal way, is 1 slip stitch in the next stitch. Remember, you pick your loop up and you take it straight through, and then a chain to fasten off, and then chop your yarn and pull your loop through. So there's your ear, and there's my second one. So here we are with all the bits, and as you can see, it's starting to look like the features of a monkey now. We've got the 2 ears that'll stick out the side, we've got the 2 eyes, and we've got the muzzle. So the only thing we've got to do now is the tail. So we'll put all these bits to one side, and then the tail is made with main yarn. Okay, so we need 6 single crochets into a magic circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pull your tail and pop in your row marker. Row 2, single crochet into each stitch around. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now pull that tail nice and tight, and I think what we're going to do before we go any further is we're going to fasten it off, because this is going to be like a long thin tube, so we're not going to have much room to be able to fasten this off if we do a few more rows. So needle through that back post of that first single crochet, through there, leave a loop, and then take your end back through the loop and pull it nice and tight, and you can leave a tail. Now you don't need to hide your tail, you don't need to sew your tail in, because it's going to be inside. You're not going to see it because that's the right side, look, and you're not going to see it. So row 3 to 34, it's going to be a long tail, single crochet. So bring your marker stitch forward and then single crochet. This is a very fiddly bit, so a bit of patience will be needed to do this until you've got some length to your tail. These first few rows are quite difficult. You can see that they're very fiddly too, but as soon as you get a few rows and you've got a bit of length on your tail, it'll be a bit easier. Okay, so that's the third row. If your tail's at the front, you take it to the back. Now I'm going to leave you to it. So you need 34 rows altogether. And I'll see you back here when we've finished. And there we are, coming up to row 34. There we go. Slip stitch in the next stitch, chain, chop your yarn off, leave a long end for sewing your tail onto the monkey. Now this is the stage where, I mean, I think that's plenty long enough. I mean, if you look at Mickey that I've finished, his tail is plenty long enough, and that's the same as that one, look. But I mean, if you want to make it longer at this stage, you can. If you want to make it shorter at this stage, you can. If you've got a bit of wool, you can make it longer, or you can give it a white tip. You can just use a bit of white at the end of the tip, which would look nice, I suppose. But anyway, I decided to do mine plain. So that's all the bits. We've got 2 eyes, 2 ears, and a muzzle, and a tail, and of course our basic dolly body. And that's all we need to do today. So come back for number 3 and I'll show you how to stitch it all together, finish all the ends in and stitch it all together. Okay, hope you've enjoyed that. Do hit the subscribe button, won't you? It does help my channel if a few people subscribe, and also hit the like button if you like the content, because I don't know if you like the content unless people start putting a little tick or giving a comment or something like that. We're looking for a name actually for this little brown one. I can't think of a name for him. So if you can think of a name, because all the names for these toys, I do like to have them so that they can be either a boy or a girl. Mickey can be for a boy or a girl. So we need a similar one for this one. So if you can think of anything, I'd be much obliged. And I think what I might do on my Facebook page actually is run a little competition and see if we can choose a nice name, and then I might give this one away as a gift. What do you think to that? Do you think that would be good if I gave this one away as a gift on my Facebook page, and as a competition to see what, you know, what his name could be? So anyway, enough of me waffling. Tell us down below in the comments what you think about that idea, and I'll see you next time for video number 3, where we'll put him all together. Bye.